Yo, y'all, we have a dope sponsor this week. I am so excited about this one.
Ooh, tell me more.
Okay, I'll just say this. Black disabled drag superstar, Hustler magazine, performer, artist, gamer, and they were recently just on HBO's Pause with Sam J.
Ooh, HBO. I think I need to know who this person is.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hint. Since they purchased the Big Blunt sponsor package, get it? Blunts?
No. Who?
Like blunts, you know? Blunts. Get it? Blunts.
All right, we are live, baby.
Live, baby.
Let's spark up this blunt.
From De Facto Books, I'm J. Nicole.
And I'm V Diggity Dog.
And this is Two Peas in a Pod.
A whole day of getting dick all day long, but that's the thing, and it's not just about the actual penis itself, it's about like the whole experience attached to it. Nobody wants a day of trying to get dick, scheduling for the dick, you're arranging. I don't chase dick. Do you chase dick? I don't chase dick.
But I know girls that chase dick. But like, I've got to go here. Do you want?
No, I'll drive all across town for it. Look at stupid.
I've definitely.
I'll do that. I'll drive interstate journeys.
Arrived to the dick door and they don't answer the dick door. Like you drove far away.
Not interstate drives, but I've driven like to cities I don't like to drive to, like Arlington, and then they fall asleep, and that's when you break a window.
You want to murder the dick at that point.
You don't even want it anymore, but you have to break a window and wake them up just on principle because you drove to Arlington, right? What we're talking about is not just about getting sexual gratification, right? We're talking about sex as a wellness and spiritual practice. So Dick Day came about, I feel like if you work as much as we work, which is like more than 2 full-time jobs, and we're both single parents. So like,
you only have a day.
You only have a day in your 7-day week, right? And if you've orchestrated your business meetings, your other stuff you've got going on, your self-care time, because you have to have, you got to be
your time.
Your time to reflect and all of that. If you've orchestrated your whole life, as busy people do, then that one day, if you can just have like your full. It's probably not even 24 hours. We're probably talking about like 12 to 14 hours, really, right? Not even a dick day, like a half day, like a snow day, but with dick.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Is like, describe with like, because we got onto the subject first, how you were saying you just want to fuck with someone that it's going to be a solid, good, no drama.
Well, because I said
no bullshit.
These dudes be out here wasting our time. They claim to understand how we live, what we do, what our obligations are. You offer them some time. They agree to that window of time, and then they always do something to fuck it up. They either fall asleep, like broken window, dude. They either, which isn't a real person. Let me just go ahead and put that out there that no one's doing that. But, or they don't have a schedule of their own. So they're like a fly by the seat of their pants type motherfucker. So they can just, or they off with whoever else they're off with or whatever they're doing. It's not what you plan to do. It's not so easy to then reroute your plans because at that point you just give up. You're just like,
fuck it, I don't need dick.
I'm mad. Yeah, like I could fuck myself better than this.
And I totally think that, you know, we have to orchestrate the dick because we have to also be comfortable with it in a sense. Because sometimes if sex is supposed to be a meditation and a self-care, then it needs to be something that I can just let go, right? That I'm not having to think about any of the extras.
Right.
It's just, I'm here, I'm present in this moment, we're having fun.
Can we just point out how my dog is fucking this stuffed animal though? Like talking about Dick Day has got Prince hype. Yo, he's literally, and that thing is throwing it back. He is fucking the thing, and he is finishing himself off orally. My dog just got mad hype talking about Dick Day. Okay, so the point of this though, no. So this is a real thing. Okay, so here's this article that you found called The Art of Conscious Sex, How to Use Sex as a Spiritual Practice. It's by Lisa Marie Rankin, and it was written in February 2020. But it was like her talking to a friend and the friend discussing a threesome that he had engaged in the night before. And her first reaction was to be judgmental, right? And say, ooh, or something. And then a self-reflective moment where she understood that she was being judgmental and thinking back upon like the best, she described it as a blissful night of lovemaking. That would not be my vernacular for that, but it would be
your vernacular.
Well, Dick Day, because that's what we're talking about it, right? She had Dick Day.
Transcending sex.
Yeah, she had Dick Day, basically. And then after Dick Day, she had pleasure and an emotional connection. And it's that reflective thought where when we've had a day of dick with a partner who we have a connection with, right? Clearly, if you spend a whole day getting dick down with that person, I hope you do. But if you don't, I'm not judging you. But when you do have that connection, there is an emotional piece afterwards, right? That's why you really be thinking about that person when you leave. You really want to go back, right? And if you detach, then you can go back to that normal state. But like that in and of itself, that sort of coded moment that she's talking about, that's what she's saying. She says, this is how it might feel to be spiritually awakened. And so it's that brief moment. But I mean, in essence, that's what aren't we as humans? We're here to create those connections with one another to our divine self.
Right.
So why not have it with dick?
Right. Because it's actually Deepak Chopra.
You are not.
I don't do names.
Say it again. I want to hear
Deepak Chopra.
I'm going to say it's Deepak Chopra. But I don't know that I'm right. I just know that I've heard it said a bunch of times.
He said that
puff pass, I think.
Sexual energy is spiritual energy, right? They are one and the same.
Yeah, energy's energy.
Well, and also because it's when you have sexual energy, you're connecting with someone as like you are one, right? You are one wholeness. Just like when you're spiritual, we are one with everything that surrounds us, right?
Fact.
So you have this spiritual feeling, this spiritual moment during that sex of I am one. I'm having this, and I'm here, right?
Because
you're present.
It's one way to fully be in the now.
Right. Right.
If you're doing it right, I mean,
exactly.
Because we've all had sex where we're definitely not in the moment and we're thinking about other things or other people. Can you please
stop the computer?
Okay,
bro.
it's still going. He's like humping his thing on the actual. He wants to fuck this podcast.
This is crazy.
I hope the people at home are feeling like, I know. I didn't think it was going to be that kind of podcast, Prince.
Dang.
Yeah, but no, that's what it is. It's that being in the now and being present. And if you can fully let down all of your insecurities and be vulnerable and connect with someone physically in a sexual way, I absolutely believe that we're tapping into a spiritual part of our being in that moment. That's why we like to do it so much. That's why we need Dick Day.
Yes.
I need it to be scheduled though on the calendar.
I feel like to be a good national holiday Dick Day, guys, listen, okay? I'm spitting game for you.
There you go. I'll just keep this.
To have a good Dick Day, the woman, she needs food. We are going to need drinks. Most ladies will need a little 420. We're going to need a very clean, sufficient, hard penis.
I was going to say, please be clean.
Yes, clean. Keyword, clean.
Please speak.
Don't be out here throwing your dirty dick for dick day. Watch that.
Nobody needs a dirty dick Larry.
Period.
Like, nobody likes him.
So, I mean, like, you just need to be a constant, a stable for that woman so that she can let her guard down and have that moment, right? That's what dick day is all about.
But just keep it real. Like, don't.
Yes.
You don't. This is the first way to ruin dick day.
Okay.
Please don't gas me up with a whole bunch of bullshit and text me that you love me and we're going to be together and I'm going to be your wife. We have not established those boundaries or those constructs of a relationship.
We said dick day, not ring day.
Right. Thank you. This is just be real. You don't have to be anybody else. I came here, right? You messing up my dick day. Okay. So this author also said, really, I connected with this. When I find that I'm spending too much time in my head fretting about the future or lamenting the past, sex puts me back into my body and at the present moment where nothing is wrong. And that's what we were just talking about. It's that being really in the present that we all talk about. We all listen to meditations. We all are some part of some sort of spiritual community talking about being present. We understand the concept of it, but to really actually do it is super hard. And if you can find that in a sexual encounter or experience with someone, get that. Get it. Because it's you go through periods where you won't have that, right? And she said, it reminds me that bliss is found in this lifetime, in this human form. Because as we know, this is not what it's all about, right? But yeah, like, I think it's cool. The author does go into talking about understanding, like, her own sexual evolution of understanding what sex means and how sex is used culturally, and then how she felt about her own idea that sex was to give others pleasure, but it wasn't about to receive, which I'm sure a lot of people can connect with.
I'm definitely related to that on so many levels. And
being a giver,
it kind of made me step back in the sex that I'm having to this present day, because I'm still a giver, right? I'm still in sex to please.
But that's because you're like a sexual healer. But
sometimes I get in my own way of being able to heal myself through sex
and getting what you need,
and then it starts depleting me.
But right? That's why you need dick day, that there's somebody right. that's giving you what you give.
Exactly. It's just like, if the dick, because I have a great dick day partner, if they would just be real, you know?
But see, you're saying that makes them less than great, is what I'm saying. They interfere with the ability
to. I will say, like, even, like, not even during sex, just the whole time period that I'm around that person, everything else is out the window. It's like, it's truly, I go there to escape.
Okay.
And I'm like...
So that is dick day.
Yeah, and it's like, could you just be real so that way emotions don't get caught up with
No, bro. I don't know. Maybe, like, people listening to this would, like, have a comment about that. Because that's what I want to know right there from, like, audience. I want to know, like, can you have that? Because, like, all of my good dick day people have always kind of been a pain in my ass in some other form or fashion. And, like... I'm a Scorpio, so they get blocked and shit, you know, and then I come back to it. But, like, it's never just somebody who's actually in it for those reasons that we're discussing, which is to be present. And granted, when we're there, when dick day is occurring, everything's good. They're there, they're present, spiritual connection is happening. I remembered why I actually liked this person and they weren't just totally fucking annoying to me. Right. But then it's like they just got it's the in-between dick day days where it's like, can I put you on a shelf? Am I terrible? I don't know. Like, I want to know, do other people have that? Like, do they have that person, or do they feel like their dick day person causes them strife in other areas?
So talking to Vic, me and Vic worked out together the other day just to have a male's perspective.
Okay.
And he has a girl right now, and you would consider her to be like, basically, he's her dick day.
Okay.
In a sense.
Okay, got it.
And he feels a lot of the same way I do about my dick day. He's like, if they would just be real, like, when we're together, we're together, and then when we're not, we're not. Or then,
but let's not
But
pretend.
Like, don't lead me on and don't pretend, because you're, like, changing reality, and it's like, So I think it's like, what you're saying, is it possible to have a great dick day and not have emotions mixed in it?
No.
And so then you just have to be honest.
That's what causes the problems. It's because like I don't really want to have all that with my dick day partner, but I do because I have a spiritual connection with them. Like you can't deny what we're over here saying we want and then be like, but I'ma just pimp it out over here. No, that's how I just read in the article. You still have an emotional connection even after the physical is gone.
Yeah.
For me, that can last several days, right? When I have a good dick day. But then that's when they creep in and then in my DMs and my texts. And I'm like, damn, I should just not respond to you for a couple of days because I know that I'm just high from this dick day.
Yeah.
It's not really a real
dick day high, damn it. It is a real thing.
Yeah, it's physical and spiritual. If it's good so dick day, you feel the shit physically too the next day.
Then it goes back to Sobanfu, right? To me. Because then we all say how we want to have like per se guys are smoking, so excuse the lungs.
Well, this is the Puff Puff Pass podcast.
So we have like these preconceived ideas of what a relationship should be, right? That it's supposed to just be, okay, I have this connection with this person spiritually. Like, you should not be talking to someone. But like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. I'm trying to say this for guys so that, you know, like, it is probably okay for you to have an open-ended discussion with your girl about these things.
Yeah.
Like, why are we still out here lying to folks about what it is? That's where the issue lies. Like, just be okay with we don't own people. And when you have sex with someone, you're going on a spiritual journey with them.
And it's not about we're creating a relationship based on colonial marriage constructs and that now we have to be together and have babies and like move in together and figure out the bills.
Yeah.
We just had a spiritual connection, bruh. Like, can we just be that for one another?
Right.
And you see people and I see people and we might have these connections with others too. We don't own one another. So we've been talking a lot about dick on this podcast, girl.
But this is not a heteronormative podcast, y'all.
No, because we like it all, y'all.
Mm-hmm. So please feel free to substitute
ass, head, pussy, because sexuality is fluid.
Mm-hmm.
So I was being a little mysterious about our sponsor this epi because I was building suspense. Did you get that? Did you catch that?
Where are you? Yeah, not really. Can you just tell me who it is now?
All right. This week's episode of Two Peas in a Pod is sponsored by one of De Facto Book's favorite bad bitches, Body by Blunts. Yep. Body, the disabled drag princess extraordinaire, y'all.
Yes, I know who that is. They do the drag show at the Glitter Bond every Thursday.
Yes, and you can find them on IG at BodyXBlunts to see like event schedules and ways you can support all the magic.
Yep, and they were recently featured in an episode of Pause with Sam J on HBO, discussing how they got that body, yaddy, 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 yaddy.
I mean, I don't know if they're really discussing that, but don't they get it by blunts, right?
I mean, speaking of, let's spark one up now and get back to the show.
That belonging, though, that stems from a need of trauma response to abandonment issues from your childhood, whether it was a parent or another relationship. That's all that is. And those are never things we should play out with a sexual partner or love interest relationship like that, because it's not going to work out. Like it's like that shit when you see those memes where it's like, I like when he be jealous and it's like some dumb choked out picture or something. And you're like, no, he's traumatized and you should not, you are too. You should not want your dude to like want to choke you with the phone because he saw a text on your screen. Like, whoa, we got to back it up. That's not love. That is not what we're talking about. But yeah. And when we talk about the difference between whether sex is physical or spiritual practice, I like the way the author of this article says it. It's casual sex or conscious sex. And that is everything right there. Like, that's it. Because You can have casual sex just for like, you want your back scratched. Cool. It feels good. It's itchy. People have that, right? But conscious sex is better, and no one can deny that.
It's so euphoric.
I don't like, but the thing is, I'm at the age where, to be fair, I don't want anything but that. So I would rather go without and do myself, because me and myself, we get down, we can party.
Listen, all you need is a toy. And
girl, I don't even need a toy. I can get down with my whole self, with my body alone. Yes, I can. I do all kinds of things. These legs are flexible. Okay. Yes.
Look. Born coming soon. I'm just kidding.
Right? You look. The OnlyFans is so much work. I can't do it.
So much work. Shout out to the OnlyFansers out there.
I know I love y'all. Y'all just for real. But no, I like that terminology. I think we're going to stick with that as we move through this podcast. Casual or conscious sex. Who is out there having conscious sex, right?
So like, to have conscious sex, I was like doing this the last time I had sex. I was really trying to focus on my breath. I was
okay, this bitch is doing like Lamaze.
Yes, I was in there like, okay. And then like, because I read this other article where it was saying like to transcend, to really have this transcending sex, you have to have like this rhythmic breathing.
Okay.
And it's so true, because I don't know if you've like
she's ever over here doing tantric sex moves.
Have you ever watched a man like come like orgasm? It's always like this rhythmic breathing.
Yeah, they
get into this rhythmic motion. And then it's like this they lose it. They absolutely lose it. It's hilarious. But it all starts with the rhythm.
With the rhythm, yeah.
So, but then it was like saying how you have to focus on the sensation, right? Like, ooh, the skin feels good here. And then like try to make that sensation grow to other parts of your body. So that's like the key to unlocking this transcending meditative sex.
The dog came back.
Look, it got him all hard.
No, he went in there. He humped that thing. I swear he came and went in there and rubbed around on the carpet and then made a whole bowl of food. Just like you said, a man, he had his rhythmic breathing with the animal.
Yeah, and then they lose it.
And he lost it, and he was hungry afterwards. It was a lot of energy spent. I guess the bottom line is figuring out what you want. Conscious sex or casual sex, right? In your dick day. Because the author of the article said conscious sex is a path to establish intimacy with one another, reintegrate mind, body, and spirit, and get closer to the divine. So like you're talking about using your breathing to establish the full experience of the connection. That is you getting in touch with the God within, with someone else, which that's pretty powerful. Like we are all the same beings supposed to be here to take care of one another. So if you can do that with someone, you can't not be emotionally invested in them. And that's why the casual sex seems so boring.
It really does.
It really is. I don't know though. Do people are they really into that still?
Well, see, that was one thing she brought up in the article, was she was saying that sometimes the conscious sex, you have to know somebody because you have to be comfortable with them. So the time period. But I've had like some conscious sex with someone that I just met before, because I wasn't.
Yeah, but did you weren't in your head and you established that connection through the
like, this is what we're about to do, and this is all we want out of this situation.
Well, that's what she says. You have to, the Deepak Chopra part was consider the following. It's about connection. Are you ready to merge with another human? Like, that's it. If you can just say that in that moment, are you comfortable with your partner to communicate your desires and needs as well as hear those? But see, that's the thing. Casual sex, people never speak and talk about what they really want. They just say random porn sex things like, yes, daddy, and harder, hit it here, whatever. They're not like connecting with their own pleasure body and stuff. So like, I don't know. Maybe that's a type of person though. I think I need to like be able to feel that connection because I want to say all the things.
So you feel like you need to know someone for a good amount of time?
It's not about a type. It's about being, like you said, in the encounter, being open to that person. And I fucked people that I didn't have that with. And if I like think back on it, the sex was kind of like, I left being like, okay.
We'll be doing that.
That's what we're doing here? All
He's
right.
not signed up for Dick
I'm
Day.
not feeling, like you are not an applicant for Dick Day. You did not get, you will not get the application. And I send Google forms, so we'll probably, if they know, they do, I'll send a Google form like to everybody for anything. If you didn't get the form, you're not an applicant.
You are not on the schedule, baby.
Yeah, but see, that's the other thing is, as a Scorpio, like I can make very deep connections with people I choose to, but if I don't want to make a deep connection with you, I will bite your head off and like not go there intentionally, because sometimes I'm not with it. Because again, the connection happens with, like you said, it can happen with somebody you're not necessarily meant to like yoke and form a whole relationship with, but the emotional connection's there and you know it. So you fall into some of their bullshit too. Like you can't help it. And so for me, I am not always about that. So when I read that, I thought, if I was listening to this podcast, I'd be like, damn, you talking about some dangerous shit. You asking people to really fucking just do the most, right? Emotionally and all just for some dick. These bitches are crazy, right? No, and it's like, no, are we?
Yes, you are.
I don't think so, because it is less emotionally risky when you know what you're dealing with, right? I think if you have the boundaries. And then it says a second step was devotion, which is what you already tapped on. Are you committed to making this pleasurable for your partner? If you're already in tune with the fact physically that that's what your nature is to do, then they got to be tuned in too. I think that's my problem. When we engage in conscious sex, we get the opportunity to reconnect with our body, mind, and spirit. We create a connection with another that builds trust and intimacy. And lastly, we get closer to the divine. That is where I thought about, if I was listening to this like maybe 10 years ago, I would have been like, that's a lot. You're asking a lot. Vulnerable is a scary word, right? Because to be vulnerable means you have to be checked in with your own self and your awareness of how you feel about yourself. Yeah. And that's hard for people to do if they are experiencing trauma, have experienced trauma, don't have an outlet to release that trauma.
And so, because you would have to have a really understanding and open partner.
Yeah, but the thing is, Dick Day is literally the answer to that. If you don't have that outlet in any other fashion, have that partner that you can have that exchange with, because that's meaningful. That's why I said this would carry me through my week. Like I'm a person who I would love to do it every day. Like I would fuck every day, but multiple times too. If I have a good partner, that means somebody would have to be in my house all the time though, right? And I don't need any of that.
So we get it how we get it.
Yeah, so you do. So you find, but so like if you do the right partner, right Dick Day, you really are good. I think for like me, it's about like 4 days after. Yeah. Then I'll be like, oh, damn, I need some dick. Right. But then it's like, okay, but Dick Day is coming in like 2 days. So that's cool. I can just do me for Self-care. And like, I'm over here doing the robot right now for Dick Day. Dick Day.
Got the holiday coming. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like it is a little pep in your step when you know you don't have to scrounge around.
Scrounging for dick. You got some dick in the bottom of these sweats.
Sometimes I just feel like, damn.
Is there some dick in the couch? Where's the dick?
And you don't want that casual sex. And it drives you absolutely insane.
Nah, and I don't do like the apps and shit no more, because those are just for sex. Like if you want it, it's there. Like it's not that I don't.
It's not hard to find casual sex.
Yeah.
I can go to the gas station.
Girl,
find casual sex.
There be some cuties at the gas station.
If you ever have low self-confidence,
go to the gas station.
Go to the fucking gas station.
You don't even have to do your hair. You know where I always find the dick though? In the meat section of the grocery store. Bro, I don't know. The dick be near the meat. It's the people. They usually work at the store. To be fair, maybe a shout out Kroger meat man.
I was gonna say the gym.
Yeah. She said the post office too. They be cute and with the dick.
All the postmen. Mm-hmm. Shout out.
Be careful though, because they fuck up with your post office box if you give them some and then cut them off.
Scared.
It's a true story. We could do a whole episode on that. The postmen, they swinging that good Dick Day dick.
Some of them are cute. Shout out to Dallas.
They're always married, so
yeah.
If you frown upon that, then you might not want to go to the post
I
office.
just don't want you. You know where I live.
Oh, no, you're trying to fuck the mailman, girl. I said post office worker.
The post office worker?
This bitch don't know.
I'm
Look,
talking about the mailman.
listen, I'm going to educate you. Look, you got your mailman, right? They come to the house in those little shorts and they deliver the shit. Not that guy. He's a mail carrier. I'm talking about the dudes who work in the back. From De Facto Books, this is Two Peas in a Pod. If you like what you heard and want to support the community, visit defactobooks.com and click support.
You can also link up with one of our de facto kings and even sponsor a book club in prison. You can also support us on Patreon. If you're interested in learning more about sex as a healing practice, we recommend the article The Art of Conscious Sex by Lisa Marie Rankin.
And if you're into poetry as a sexual healing practice and are in the Dallas area, check out At Fluid Fridays Open Mic, hosted by De Facto's favorite poet at Crush_your poet, who taught us that sexuality is fluid. Swallow it.
Two Peas in a Pod is hosted by J. Nicole and B. Diggity Dog.
Audio editing and sound design by Derek B.
Music by Imperial Soul.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Big shout out to today's sponsor at Body by Blunts or Body X Blunts on Instagram for always supporting everything De Facto Books does.
Please go check out the drag show, y'all. And if you go, hit us up in our DMs and we'll meet you there.
So when I spoke to them about this episode and what they were talking about, I asked what the type of work you do and what work you did in the past. Do you get like a lot of dick pics in the DMs?
Yes.
And they said, and I quote, "Don't send dick pics because we already know what that looks like. If you're trying to holla at shorty, then I'd rather see you doing something with your hands. Show me a video of that. If you want to fuck a sex worker, this is Universal Studio of the Pussy. Yes. And I am Disney World. And you are not ready."
Ready. Okay.
Yes. End quote. Yes.
Well, I know you need the IG again. It's Body X Blunts, period. Check it out.
Go check them out every Thursday at Glitter Bomb. Their show starts at 9 and the doors open at 8.
We'll see y'all there.